지금 다운로드 받으세요.
I mean, there's not much else we can say about this. I want to be nice, but I got to be mean. Like this was not a pro league level game that we saw there. That was like a Masters guy off the ladder.
That looked like a qualified game, honestly. It was it was very poor performance from Pet. I have to criticize.
Yeah, I mean, Stats just played straight up. Didn't even overextend or anything. He played safe. The lead that he had at the end of the game was so surmountable because he didn't end the game early. He could have ended the game a lot earlier than that, but he was just being careful. So at the end of it, it was like, oh my god, he's way ahead. He's way better. But I mean, after that, all those drones died, the game was over. He could have GG'd there, but he didn't, and Stats also didn't kill him. So the game went longer, and it looked. The graph of how much further Stats is ahead was like going like this because that's just how StarCraft and economic-based RTSs work. And I think we have some sort of technical problem going to the next game because we're filling a lot of time here, and this is the worst game to fill time for because there's nothing else to say.
Yeah, I mean, that game was... Don't recommend to your friends.
No. Unless you just... I mean, your friends are sadistic or something.
Or you like to watch very one-sided games.
Oh,
excuse me.
We're all kind of sick over here in Korea.
Yeah, I actually had to replace Tasteless today because he caught a cold on...
He had the cold that I had a few days ago, but I'm just now getting over.
And Artosis had the cold as well.
Yeah.
So,
and I feel like Valdez will, because he spends a lot of time with us, probably end up with the same cold if he does not have it already. All right, now we're going to this. This is going to be the game you want to watch in this matchup because this is the game where Ryung could take a match off TY. Unlikely, but it's the best chance that MVP has. Then if Gumiho can defeat Zest again, pull off an upset, then we have the potential ace match, okay?
All right, what are the predictions? Your monitor's down.
It's
okay,
7-0 for
TY. I'm not surprised.
This is the one where you could have voted for Ryung, but nobody did. Because, fair enough to say, TY is the better player. But guys, let's go into the second game to see if TY can go into that 2-0 lead. Down here in the bottom right for MVP Chicken Maru, it is Ryung.
And spawning here at the top left for KT Rollstar, it's the Red Terran, TY. Thank you. Actually, his TY means Taeyong, which is his name, but yeah. I always like to call him thank you because TY, like, thank you.
It's, you know, it's one of those pet peeves as a caster living in Korea. I'm sure you get these as well. When someone calls him Tai, I'm like, no,
or people call MC Mook.
I've never heard that one before, but... I'm like, you mean Mick? Like if he was on Chicken Maru, he'd be like, Mick Chicken Maru? Like, I don't know.
Or like SC, he was also one of those two-letter characters. I don't think anyone called me...
in Heroes of the Storm, other casters call him SC, and I'm like, guys...
It's supposed to be Sungchul.
It's just SC.
Does anyone actually call his ID by Sungchul, or just call him SC or SC?
Everyone just calls him SC.
Yeah.
Like, some of the Korean commentators occasionally will call him SC to be official because that is what his ID appears in Battle.net. But the reason why people with two-letter IDs have four-letter IDs, which is a repetition of the two-letter IDs, is because you're not allowed to have less than 3 characters in game. But if you had TYT, that would be weird. So you repeat the name. That's why Jaedong also has JD.
No,
JD.
actually, I believe he had to change to JD because you couldn't actually have the name Dong in your ID for some reason.
Yeah, but then he became JD, but because JD didn't fit, he had to be JD.
JD. But everyone knew him as Jaedong, so everyone just called him Jaedong.
That's right. A lot of people started calling him JD because that sounds really cool.
Yeah, I think that's his English name, JD. It sounds pretty cool as an English name.
No, it is a cool name. Yeah. Ooh, CC block here.
Yeah, nice play here from TY. Oh,
Ryung, man, he's like not messing around. He's like, I'm going to harass your SV2. He's not only am I going to delay it, make it place in the wrong place.
Oh, that was actually Ryung. I thought it was TY delaying because you expect TY to delay the expansion in any matchup, but Ryung doing a nice job there.
And I voted against Ryung here, but I do want to reiterate, I do feel this is the best chance MVP has at taking a game versus KT. Ryung was, in the past, on Slayers, a Terran versus Terran sniper. Was used in that because MMA was much better at the other matchups, TVP and TVZ. And so Ryung was used oftentimes just to come out and snipe a Terran player in the TVT matchup because he was so good at it.
And your monitor just came off. So
I know, I'm like hoping this doesn't keep happening.
Okay, well, we'll work off my... Okay, there we go.
All right, this happened a few times yesterday, so sorry if it went black for you guys too, but we're all good.
So we see a quick reactor here from TY.
Looks like TY wants to proxy something?
No, I think it's just there, just... Because he's already got his starport in his main, so...
Yeah, he just started, so maybe he was thinking about doing it. He changed his mind, he's going to go for a later scout.
He's going to get a quick Hellion as well. Actually, both these players getting that quick Hellion, but it looks like Ryung, he's opting to go for the Tech Lab starport, so we could see Banshees.
He's doing fastest Banshee possible, too. He's going into the Tech Lab or building the starport itself into the Tech Lab that's already finished. Nice scout denial here. And he will have the faster cloak, obviously, assuming that TY also goes for cloak. He has the faster Banshee because he did the placement.
He's actually
and Ryung is going for a drop instead, or rather TY. You got me on the flip-flop here now.
Yeah. And, okay, I got it. Okay, I'm just going to use my observer monitor for now.
Go for it.
But, yeah, so looks like two different builds here from both players, as you said. Ryung going for the cloak Banshee, and TY of KT going for that Medivac with those Hellions. So we see those Marines being pumped out of that reactor as well. So we're probably going to see a lot of that Medivac, Marine, Hellion harass. It's been so popular in all iterations of StarCraft 2.
Yeah, ever since the beginning. TY, or not TY, TLO, one of the first players to actually do this on like Scrap Station in the HDH Invitational. The first like competitive StarCraft matches we had, he was doing stuff like this when he was playing Terran and playing Random. Very, very powerful build. A nice split up here at the top of the ramp from Ryung, though.
He might be able to hit a timing here before the Banshees come out. And even if the Banshees do come out, he has to use it on defending here because he has no ground units to help.
Oh my god, so much damage going to be done to these SCVs. The second Banshee's about to come out. The first one is going for some harass, but I'm not sure if it's ever going to be able to do this much damage. 10 SCVs and forcing a lift. One Cloak Banshee cannot accomplish that. Back at home, a Cyclone is already on the way as well. So if he saves a scan here, this Banshee is dead. And there's the scan.
Oh, it actually gets away, but it's so low health. It's such a low HP that it's very risky for him to go for another attack.
Yeah, but this is the thing I'm saying, like 2 kills versus 12 kills and a forced lift.
He's getting a Cyclone to deal with this as well. I'm not really sure if that's the best thing for him. I think he should be getting a Siege Tank because he needs that splash damage to deal with those Hellions and Marines.
Oh man, look at this, just using the medevac now to keep these units alive.
So cute here from TY. And
there's the scan. There you go. This game is going to be a tough one for Ryung to win. He does have a large army massed up here. And he has a siege tank coming out, like you said.
That being said, though, he doesn't really want to move his army down that ramp where those Hellions are. Oh my god, TY, why are you so good?
Or why are Cyclones so bad? You just like cancel a lock on. So that's one of the reasons why Cyclones aren't used too often as fighting units in this matchup, because whatever you're attacking just gets lifted. Basically what TY is using is showing us a great usage of the load command today.
That's our lesson for today, TY's load command with the Medivac. And these Banshees are getting kills, but is it going to even out to what Ryung's taken so far?
I don't think so.
Nub drop as well.
Yep, and this is exactly the timing that he wants to hit with because he knows Ryung is going to be moving out to counter pressure because of all the damage he took, but he massed up a larger army. The second that move out happens, he gets this drop on his backside. And here comes another Banshee, but there's a turret up. The drop does get shut down by Ryung's units he had defending here. But again, this Banshee's just doing nothing. There's a Raven, a turret, and a medevac, which can not only load, but also heal the SCVs that are under attack. This timing window for Banshees is basically over. With 2, he can one-shot SCVs, but do you really even want to be sending Banshees in there where there's Vikings out as well as that Raven? Don't forget, TY's getting his own counter cloak, so he's going to be able to come across the map and go for that attack as well, and that same sort of counter harass.
Yeah, I love the play from TY going for that late cloak, because we've seen in the past players like Maru using that late cloak to such a great advantage with their Banshees, and TY is one of those players that you can argue has a similar level of control to Maru, so I'm looking forward to how well this Banshee does for him.
It's like TY was considering even dropping on top of that sieged up tank here. It's just going to bide his time. He'll be forced out by these Vikings, which is also going to pose a threat to his follow-up Banshee. That one Marine survives, but will be killed by the tank.
A bit of sloppy play there from TY. He could have got it in wave with that boost, with that medevac, but I don't think it's going to amount to too much in this game.
Either. I mean, the one thing I do worry about for TY is it looks like he's kind of... Like, why is he not getting stim? Is he really just relying on winning this next push so hard that he is just going to simply end the game off of it? Because right now, you know, he is getting +1, but it's like, where's the rest of the transition point? I feel a little harassment going down here in the main base, but Ryung is going to have stim, and that will dictate the pace of the next fights. It's almost like he forgot it.
Yeah, you have to also remember that Ryung does have a larger Viking count as well, so he's going to be able to control the airs away from TY if TY decides to do some harassment.
He needs to deal with this Banshee, though. There's nothing here. Like,
yeah. He doesn't have like a Raven or anything like that, so...
He needs to scan. He has enough energy. It should be with 4 Vikings an easy kill. But 10 SCVs to the 6. Still a positive trade for TY, who's up 11 Harvesters right now. Both players have 3rd CCs. I mean, did he get stim when I missed it? Like, no. Where's that stim at? He needs to get that. I mean, that's... Marine Tank is only half as good if it doesn't have stim.
Yeah, it's very peculiar to see no stim here from TY.
And Ryung is hitting all these barracks like he's...
Actually, oh no, I was going to say, are we going to see mech from TY? I was like, no, he's just very late with his stim.
He's just forgetting it. Like, okay, now he starts it, but as the observer is highlighting here, like, this is a big problem.
Yeah.
It's kind of a serious issue. This is it might be kind of a big deal.
I mean, the question is Ryung aware that TY does not have stim? Because there is a timing with what Ryung is doing right now. His stim is ahead. He's going to get that +1 earlier than TY as well.
Look at his barracks. He has 4 barracks about to finish.
Yeah, if he notices that there is no stim and there is less production from TY, he can go and try and kill TY.
Oh, this Banshee's on hold position. It's going to go down. Still a little bit of harass damage done here. Needs to be careful with these tanks. Luckily for him.
Or these Vikings.
Oh.
No. Okay.
It's going to become very apparent very quickly that there's no stim for TY when he doesn't use it in these upcoming fights. And TY, or rather Ryung, just got all those barracks synced up. So he's got a huge amount of production right now. 4 reactors about to pop down.
Here is a drop, though, at 3rd base, and he's going to take out those mules, stop mining.
Oh, he's losing this Viking fight because of the PDD as well.
I mean, oh, nice positioning here from the tanks of TY. It's going to snipe these supply depots, and that's going to be very frustrating for Ryung. He has to rebuild those depots unless he wants to be supply blocked.
My God, this is unexcusable. And now he needs to, did he even notice? Like, he didn't scan and kill that, and he can't even land that orbital until he does. Combat shields are done. His reactors are done, but he's so severely supply blocked they can't use the barracks he just made, the reactors he just finished.
And TY stim is about to finish as well, and also his +1 weapons is done. His +1 armor is nearly done as well, and TY is doing a very good job just keeping Ryung into his base during a time where it's very vulnerable.
Just chasing this drop with Cloak Banshees here. There's only 2 Marines in that, so it's not even important.
Oh, wow.
Nice job, but he's going to lose a Banshee for it. Like, was it worth it? Absolutely not. Now we have the 9 reactor Marines coming out at a time, but it's too little too late. The stim timing that you mentioned, he didn't notice it. It was missed.
Look at the supply count. It's crazy because he waited for those reactor barracks to come up, but I don't think he'll be able to outproduce TY in this situation. Because you have to remember, TY's 3rd has been up for quite a considerable amount of time compared to Ryung's, which was delayed by that drop.
Yeah, he didn't have to lift it or anything too. He has the better upgrades. He's missing combat shields though. Another upgrade that's missing for TY that's really important. Because that just means all the Marines of Ryung have more hit points. And it's very brief, this advantage, but it is significant enough that if they take a straight-up Marine versus Marine fight, it will win him the battle. The problem is that TY knows this as well, and he's never going to allow that to happen. He's going to always have his Marines next to siege tanks to where this is not going to be an issue. Yeah,
it looks like the Marine count is evening up for both players, and the thing is, though, TY has more tanks. And if these tanks position in the just right place, then...
Like this?
Yes.
You can't take this fight.
Yeah, you have to run back and reestablish your positioning.
Look at how little combat shields matter to those siege tanks. And now he just holds this position. TY knows he doesn't have them, and that he just needs to take a fight with his siege tanks together. And if he can consistently do that for a few more seconds, his is about to finish. In fact, it does right now. Now he has it. Boom. Another advantage gone for Ryung. He wasn't able to capitalize on this. He's in good position here to force a cancel on this CC, but he needs to make sure he doesn't get trapped here.
Yeah, I mean, as more of this game goes on, it looks like the advantage that Ryung initially had is floating away. Oh, nice flank here with these siege tanks with the medivacs, and this is just going to clean up this army.
I think so. Even tanks in tank mode enough here to chase this down. Another stim on the Marines might have caught those medivacs. Looks like he's going to play it safe, though, and back off. The Vikings are looking for them. And if he forces these tanks to land, he can actually just clean up the Marines. If they don't land, they're going to die here. The boosters have expired.
I think TY can just sit at the rocks and just shell away at the expansion. He even scans the 4th base, and he sees nothing. TY has to be feeling over the moon right now.
Look at this. Siege tank gets forced away here. Siege up is faster. Ryung takes a huge Marine casualty there, and this game is going better and better for TY by the second.
Yeah.
You see Ryung readjust himself in this chair, knowing that if he's going to win this game, it's going to take 2 miracles, probably 3, not just 1.
It's going to need to take an incredible miracle here from Ryung to win this game.
He's going to have to channel his inner Nesty and MVP together in order to win this game.
Yeah, so we see here TY positioning a very nice spot with those siege tanks.
Yep.
It's going to be very hard for Ryung to approach this.
The numbers advantage is too much. That is going to be game here. TY takes the second win for KT Rolster.
Counter drop is not going to do anything.
Yep. I mean, it's going to be annoying, and the game won't end for a few more seconds. But make no mistake, there is no comeback here. +2 armor finishes, putting him at a whole set of upgrades in advantage. And these Vikings are pushing this away.
He's just going to drop these Vikings or kill all the medevacs. It's over.
It is indeed. This should be the type out. Ryung shakes his head. GG! TY putting KT Rolster on match point. 1 win away from our second 3-0 of the evening here on Sunday's SPL.
Very convincing game there from TY. He was behind at first, but then Ryung didn't take advantage of it, and as a result, he just snowballed and won the game.
There you go. TY looking not even too impressed with himself after that game. It was a pretty easy win. Controlled it from start to finish. And this will be potentially, our next game will be potentially the last game of the night. Gumiho versus Zest. Gumiho has beaten Zest in the past. He beat Zest after the booth collapsed on him when he was on CJ. But this is a different Zest that we're seeing today. Zest, arguably the best player in the world. I think it's hard to argue against that right now.
It's like Zest was in Kaioken form that game, back then, but now he's in Super Saiyan 5 form at the moment with how well he's doing. And I think Gumiho needs the booth to collapse onto Zest for him to have a chance of winning that game.
Yeah, even still, it won't be easy. But that map will be Dust Towers. But before we go into it, we are going to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back.